Why do we crave the people who caused us pain? You know it was toxic. You know you got hurt. So why in the world do you still miss them? It's a question that can make you feel like you're losing your mind. But I need you to hear this. You're not. What you're feeling is a powerful and completely normal psychological response. We're about to get into the hidden reasons, like something called trauma bonds, that make you crave the very person who caused you so much pain. And by the end, you won't just know why this is happening. You'll see the path to start healing. 1. The brain's addiction. The biggest reason you miss them is likely something called a trauma bond. This is an intense emotional connection that forms when cycles of abuse are mixed with moments of affection. It creates a chemical cocktail in your brain that's almost impossible to resist. Seriously, think of it like an addiction. During the abusive moments, your body is flooded with the stress hormone, cortisol. Then, when they're kind or apologetic, you get a rush of the feel-good chemical, dopamine. This emotional roller coaster creates a potent mix that can make you feel addicted to that person. Your brain isn't actually missing the person. It's chasing the high from the good moments and the intense relief you felt when the bad stuff stopped. This cycle of pain and reward strengthens your attachment instead of destroying it. 2. The power of intermittent reinforcement. This brings us to our next point, intermittent reinforcement. It's the same psychological principle that gets people hooked on slot machines. If a slot machine paid out every single time, you'd get bored. But because the payout is unpredictable, you keep pulling the lever, hoping the next one's a big win. In a toxic relationship, the rewards, like a flash of affection, a sudden apology, or one good day, are given out randomly in between long stretches of neglect or cruelty. This unpredictability fosters a compulsive need to stay, holding on for that next moment of kindness. That emotional inconsistency can create a stronger bond than steady, consistent love ever could. Your nervous system gets trapped in a loop, always seeking that next reward, no matter how high the cost. 3. Your memory is playing tricks on you. And then there's your own memory, which can start playing tricks on you, especially when you're feeling lonely. Our brains have this habit of romanticizing the past, a bias known as rosy retrospection. We tend to remember past events more positively than we actually experienced them at the time. Your mind isn't trying to be cruel. It's a protective mechanism. It softens the sharp edges of painful memories over time. So when you find yourself missing them, you might replay the memory of a perfect day, but forget the massive fight that happened right after. Nostalgia can erase the weight of negative experiences, making you see the relationship through unrealistically positive glasses. You're not always missing the real person. You're often grieving a fantasy of who you hoped they'd be. 4. The loss of your identity. This is a big one. In toxic dynamics, it's incredibly common to slowly lose your sense of self. To keep the peace, you might have quieted your own voice, given up hobbies, or pulled away from friends and family. Your boundaries get blurred, and your self-esteem gets chipped away until you barely recognize yourself. When the relationship ends, that ache you feel isn't just for the person. It's often grief for the part of yourself you lost along the way. Your brain can confuse what's familiar with what's safe, so it might crave the known pain of the relationship over the terrifying unknown of being alone and figuring out who you are again. You may even struggle to remember who you were before the abuse began. Healing is definitely a journey, and if any of this is hitting home, please know you are not alone. A huge part of taking your power back is realizing just how many other people have felt this exact same way. If you feel comfortable, share one small thing you're doing to heal in the comments. You never know who you might inspire by sharing your story. Missing someone who hurt you isn't a sign of weakness. It's proof of your capacity to love and connect. It's a testament to the hope you held on to, even when it hurt. The goal isn't to erase the memory of them. The goal is to get to a place where you can remember the relationship without feeling that magnetic pull to go back to it. Real healing begins when you take all of that love you poured into them and finally start pouring it back into yourself. It's about finding your voice again, rebuilding your identity, and understanding that you deserve a love that is consistent, safe, and kind. You are not crazy for missing them, but you are absolutely brave enough to heal without them.